Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to the Windy City, Chicago, and Chicagoland Speedway, where tonight's Kickass Beef Jerky Sunday Series is live right here on the Sim Racing Network, a product of Sim500 Esports Racing League. Alongside John Weston, I am Ben Kilcrease, and getting a picture to choose seat to you tonight, Aaron Grosskopf, and here we go, John. Fairly warm in Chicago for tonight's race. It's taking place during the daytime tonight. 79 degrees, but the on-track temperature is what I'm keeping an eye on, already up to around 120 degrees. So we could see some slipping and sliding before the end of this thing is said and over with.
I thought they called this place the Windy City, but there ain't no wind out there, man. It's like 2 miles an hour is all I'm seeing. So it's going to be hot and slick, and these guys are going to be in these cars sweating their butts off, theoretically speaking. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. I was going to say maybe we can change the name to Slick City tonight. No wind, but that track going to be really warm, and that'll only continue to rise as the race goes on once the cars get out there and start circulating around. Justin Fuller currently quick in qualifying, a couple minutes remaining there, but heading into tonight, John, it has been a Byron Daly kind of year. It doesn't show it in the championship standings, but so far he has 5 wins on the season, looking for number 6 tonight. The driver with the second most wins this season, Daniel Falkingham, is a championship leader. And listen to these stats, John. 10 top 5s, 10 top 10s out of the 14 races so far. That's why he is 54 points ahead of Chad Coleman, Justin Fuller, Byron Daly, and Scott Simley, who round out the top 5. Jordan Hightower, Tommy Ryan, David Comstock, Ryan Howard, and E.J. O'Rourke, top 10 in the Kick-Ass Sunday Series standings. But I tell you what, Falkingham, he has just been smooth, calm, collected. He hasn't won every week, John. He has been there when it counted.
Absolutely. And I mean, right now with the points, the way they sit, Ben, he could literally sit out a race and not lose the lead. So, you know, that's something to keep in mind. It's like a driver's dream right there, to have enough of a points lead. Absolutely. Where if you have an accident on the first lap of a race and wind up missing that entire race, it's not going to hurt you too badly in the points run.
Absolutely. So Falkingham, speaking of him, he qualifies second tonight, and we'll see that when we run you through tonight's starting lineup. Justin Fuller has set quick time with a 31.556. He'll lead us to the green flag this evening at Chicagoland Speedway. Daniel Falkingham in at number 39 will be to his outside.
Brian Macklin at number 30 comes in inside row 2 to his outside. The number 44, Glenn Campbell, another car, Ben, that's been pretty strong these last few weeks, just hasn't had the luck to bring home the finish.
E.J. O'Rourke rolling off a good top 5 spot for him, and David Comstock. I don't know if he's familiar with being this close to the start of the front of the field at the start of these races. We're used to watching him come through the field, but he'll roll off 6th tonight in that 42.
Inside row 4, number 33 of Ryan Howard in 7th place. To his outside, the number 17 of Nick Thames.
Ian Hahn going to roll off 9th and number 56, and Jonathan Cadell in the 69 going to round out the top 10 as we get set to rack 'em and stack 'em and go green for 110 laps here tonight at the Chicagoland Speedway. But before we do that, we'll pull up our pole sitter and have a quick chat. Justin Fuller, Ben Kilcrease in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, we got you.
All right, here we go, Justin. On the pole tonight for the Kick-Ass Series here at Chicagoland. The best starting position, the best seat in the house right now. How do you keep it up here and fend off all those hungry guys behind you?
It's depending on how long the runs are, just gonna be all about managing the tires. Really tight, so pit stops are gonna be key. We should be able to make it on one stop if we go green the entire distance. So, yeah, just keep the car clean and see what we can have at the end.
All right, we know you'll make it exciting for us, so good luck out there, and hopefully we'll chat with you at the end of the night.
Be great. Be in victory lane with the Nemesis Lab Chevrolet Camaro. That'd be great.
There you have it, Justin Fuller rolling off in the pole position tonight here at Chicagoland Speedway as we get set to set them loose here, John. 110 laps. It's a long race and plenty of time to make you move, but we know these Sim500 guys, they like to race from green all the way to checkered, and I'm really looking forward to this. Chicagoland is a great racetrack. It always puts on some great racing.
Absolutely does. I'm wondering, did I hear him right? Did he say one stop as in 55 laps on fuel?
Maybe. That doesn't seem too far out of the question, so we'll
Huh.
certainly keep an eye on that.
Very interesting.
All right, so here we go. Field rolling down the back straightaway. And I don't know about you, John. I didn't get to watch much of it today, but Darrell Waltrip's last Cup race on the air today at Sonoma, and we wish him all the best in whatever he chooses to do next. A great mentor for the sport, a great guy in general, both on the racetrack and behind the microphone. So in honor of him, I'm going to surprise you, John. We're going to reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time, and I think you know the next line.
Let her rip, buddy.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing at Chicagoland Speedway, and it's Justin Fuller getting out to an early lead with Brian Macklin right behind him there in the 30. They'll trap Daniel Falkingham out on that outside line early on here, and he's already fallen back to third. Now in a battle for that third position with E.J. O'Rourke as they run down the back straightaway side by side.
O'Rourke's going to slide up there in the fourth spot right there, and it's a little early for that outside groove there, Ben. Although, to be honest with you, I haven't watched a whole lot of the B car this week, so I'm not real sure if there is an outside line with this new build and new tire package.
Yeah, we saw it come into play a little bit in the Cup Series, but not sure how well it'll fare tonight. I'm sure, though, after 110 laps, that bottom's going to be used up pretty good, and we'll start to see the guys start inching up the racetrack. I don't know if we'll see them wall ride, but definitely working their way up the racetrack over the course of the run. I can see that in the future. Good battle for that second spot. Daniel Falkingham all over the bumper of Brian Macklin for that runner-up spot. You see Falkingham choosing to go the long way through the tri-oval, keeps it up on the banking, keeps the speed up, and closes right back up to the bumper of that 30 machine. Macklin not gaining too much by going all the way down to the flat stuff on the front straightaway. As we work to the back straightaway, it's lap 3 of 110, and it's Justin Fuller out in front of this field by about a half a second, if not more.
I see somebody back there in the mid-pack running the high line. A couple of cars, actually, way back there, getting really, really high up against the wall there, Ben. Let's see if I can get a number for you. But, of course, we say one thing, and they're going to do a completely different thing, which is usually the case here. It looked like that might have been the 56 car of Ian Hahn, currently riding 15th. Ian started 9th and has already lost some spots. I'm just kind of wondering if that's because, he was trying that high side.
Could be. Comstock tried it down in 1 and 2, worked for him, was able to fend his position off, fend his position from the number 17 of Timms there. Wasn't really able to gain a lot on Howard, although he did close up to the bumper of the 33 machine. So we'll keep an eye. Comstock's one of those guys that likes to search. Look at him go up to the top side there. Not quite up by the wall, but most certainly up in at least the third or fourth groove here at the Chicagoland Speedway. And he's got a good launch down the back straightaway. He'll pull to the inside, and that'll be a battle for fifth as Ryan Howard says, take it. It's a little early on to be battling.
Absolutely. That's I was going to mention that Comstock's one of those guys that can make an outside work for him really well. We've seen it at a whole bunch of tracks we've gone to. Most of the mile and a half, he's really good at just getting these insane runs off of the corner on the after it goes through mid to high. We'll see if he's going to pull it again right here and maybe gain another spot there by passing up O'Rourke in that 41. Look at that run he gets, Ben.
Great run down the back straightaway, and bam, down to the inside goes Comstock as we're on board. And boy, quick move there. Quick pass. Comstock 2 for 2 now on the last 2 laps. We'll see if he'll set up Daniel Falkingham this time by. This one's going to be a little tougher to pass, but my God, it's real fun watching Comstock. Look at him all the way up to the third groove there, trying to get the run on that 39 machine, and off turn 2, he's going to do it. He'll pop it inside by the end of the back straightaway.
Look at
we go. Now Comstock looking for you think they'd start to pick up on it. Maybe now they'll start to realize that's the line down in 1 and 2. That top shelf really gets the good run down the straight. So Comstock 3 for 3, and now going for 4 for 4. How about that for your Wendy's deal of the day?
This is not the same Dave Comstock I've watched for the last year now. This guy, there's no taking care of tires here. There's no, laying back mid-pack. He's getting her done.
He is getting done for sure. Usually we don't mention Comstock until 75% of the race is complete, and then he's usually up around the front of the field. But tonight, not the case. Comstock comes out, and he is all the way up to second. He started this race sixth, and he is putting on a show. Comstock up to the runner-up spot, and he has got a gaggle behind him.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, it's amazing to watch him do this. I just have to wonder though, Ben. I mean, how bad do you think he's abusing these tires right now?
I don't know. He is David Comstock, the king of long runs.
True that.
So, he might just be that quick while saving tires. There's some guys that are real good at that.
The king of the long run. You said it right there, man. Remember, I think it was you in the booth when we one night. We watched him spread a fuel run out to some ungodly number by clutching and turning the car off the turns. This guy, he knows all the tricks. He really does.
He is one of the best in the business, David Comstock, as he runs second right now to Justin Fuller, who has a second lead over the rest of the field. He said he was hoping for long runs, and looks like he's turning to get one. So 10 laps in of 110. That's 11% or 1/11th of this race now complete. If you're keeping up with the math stuff,
with the mathematician.
Fuller, he'll pull out even another 10th there on Comstock. So Fuller, I don't know if he's kind of using his stuff up here on this first run, or if he's still saving it in the lead there, but nonetheless, still pulling out whatever he's doing. Comstock second, Falkingham third, and then the good battle between Macklin and Nick Timms as they get close off turn 4. That'd be for fourth.
Well, that turn 4 here, Ben, that's where it's going to get kind of hairy later on in the race. If we keep going green, that was kind of our calamity. Oh, I saw that, our little calamity corner there. But I tell you what, the temperature right now has back up to 118. It was down to 115 about 2 laps ago. So, we got a nice high temperature, and these guys will start getting slick here pretty soon. And we'll start seeing some guys really wrangling these cars. Oh, look at this. 3 wide.
Oh, that's going to get tight. Timms is sideways. Can he save it? Well, he does, but he gets contact from the number 69 machine. That's Jonathan Cadell. Boy. Wow.
Attaboy.
That was tight.
I mean, Cadell didn't even lift. I don't know if he understood that there was a car losing it up ahead of him or what, but you got to love Cadell, man. He's always entertaining. I bet his feed going crazy right now.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Got the replay up there. That happened with the 3 wide, and it just got real tight there. And Timms gets the door from Macklin, slides up the track. Good save from the 17, but just got ran over by the 69. Couldn't avoid him there. That could have been our first caution. It was not. We stayed green, and just as that was happening, I was going to talk to you about the driver who is on the move. Well, we mentioned Comstock on the move, but how about Byron Daly, 12th to 4th? And he was making some 3 wide passes to get ever so closer up to the front of the field, and now he's found himself inside the top 5.
Indeed he has, and Byron is he's got the most wins in the series, but then of course he missed a couple races, I believe it was, or something like that, or so he's not up at the top of the points, but he's definitely somebody. Look at it, we got a car way up in the wall actually now, coming off turn 1 and 2. Not sure who that was, but that's a little too high, I think.
Look to be the Ian
when
machine. Yeah.
When you're grinding off the paint on your rear quarter, you're a little too high.
Turning the Darlington stripe over to the Windy City tonight is Ian Hahn, putting the Chicagoland stripe on the side of his car. He sits 15th right now for the driver in the number 56 machine. Ryan Howard has had a great showing over the past couple of weeks, and one of those drivers that continues to get better and better. Top 5 after top 5, now starting to jump up on the podium. And, he'll start racking up the wins here over the next month or so. You keep your eye on that 33. He is most definitely the most improved driver over the past, 2-3 months here in Sim500 competition. Doing a great job tonight here at Chicagoland. Just inside the top 5, but in there pretty securely for the time being, and now he's trying to get that position back away from Byron Daly. That would be for fourth as they race down the back straightaway now side by side.
Yep, nice neck-and-neck battle going down into turn 3 right there. It looks like it's going to be the Miller Lite Ford Mustang of Ryan Howard there. Ben's going to pull that pass off. Squeeze up in front of Daly there. Man, that was awfully close. I'm not sure if he really knew he was clear or not. He just didn't care.
Didn't care. He was coming up no matter if Daly was going to check up for him or not, and it gets him to fourth position back, and here comes Brian Macklin now, working the high side of the speedway, trying to get back into the top 5. So Daly kind of rushed up through the field. Did he kind of rush a little bit too quick and burn up a little bit too much of his stuff on that Chevrolet Camaro? He's sideways in turn 4.
Oh, man, I cannot believe he saved that. Wow. And then way back in the back of the pack, if I'm looking back from the 30 car of Macklin, but they were going 4 and 5 wide back there through turn 3 and 4 just now. A lot of high groove coming in really quick here, Ben. I mean, it's we got a lot of cars kind of venturing up there now. Of course, it is lap 19.
Absolutely. So we've got a good little chunk of wear on these tires, so we'll see the bottom groove start to slide. These guys start to slide on that bottom groove, so they'll go to the top looking for a little bit more group. E.J. O'Rourke just behind that battle for the 5th position. He sits 7th right now, running the top side in 1 and 2. Jordan Hightower behind him in 8th. 9th is Glenn Campbell, and Chad Coleman rounds out the 10th position, or the top 10 in the 10th position. Rick Thompson is up to 11th in that number 76. Tommy Ryan, 12th. Nick Timms back to 13th. Then it's Dwayne Vincent and Ian Hahn rounding out the top 15. Pretty much single file there, but good battle for 16th and 17th right behind them, where you'll find Jonathan Cadell with that mangled Toyota Camry. He's trying to fend off Bob Gillenwater and Joey Jatina, and now Brian Chambliss in the mixed 4-car battle there. And if you go behind them, it's even more dicey with Jeff Sharp and the 6 of Jonathan Lockhart, Chris Jabou, and Donnie Leah all sort of battling right there just outside the top 20.
Yeah, Cadell's car is mangled on that front end, man.
It certainly is, and you got to start wondering how the temperatures are looking on that number 69, and it's probably why it's not riding up behind anybody for too long. Temperatures start to rise.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Don't want to pop that motor.
Speaking of temperatures rising, my friend, 120-degree track temperature right now.
It's getting warm. It's getting slick. These tires are wearing. You're starting to see some wheel work like that off turn 4. Glenn Campbell goes around. He takes E.J. O'Rourke with him. First caution of the night. And wow, I was just about to mention how sideways Campbell was down in 3 and 4 and couldn't even get it out of my mouth. And right there it happened. As we get the replay pulled up, that's just exactly what we were talking about when it happened. Track temperatures rising, tire wear starting to take effect, and Campbell just overcorrects a little bit off turn 4, gets E.J. O'Rourke, and that'll put us under caution for the first time tonight here at Chicagoland.
Not what Justin Fuller wanted to see right there. He was really enjoying his lead getting bigger and bigger there because he's got that clean air out there, but now he gets to come to the pits and everybody gets to reset these cars, get some tires, and check their fuel mileage and tire wear, and rack them back up and go at it again.
Just about a quarter of the way through here at Chicagoland Speedway. The first caution flies of the night. So we'll do what John just said. Head down to pit road, get these cars serviced. While they do that, we'll step away. Quick commercial break right here on the Sim Racing Network. You'll catch all the pit stops and all the happenings down on pit road on Corner to Corner. We'll be back just in time for the restart. You're watching the Kickass Beef Jerky Sunday Series live on the Sim Racing Network.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they use in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
My doctor calls me and says, Chris, I have the results of your scan. This is saying you have lung cancer. And that was probably the single most shocking thing anyone's ever told me in my life.
How can I have lung cancer? I'm 39. How can I have lung cancer? I do kick myself almost daily for ever starting smoking. I really do.
Quit your way. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Welcome back to Sunday Series, presented by Kickass Beef Jerky, right here in Sim500 competition. You're watching it live on the Sim Racing Network. Ben Kilcrease, John Mushton, Aaron Groskopf, the talent on board for tonight's show. And we're joined by about 32 or so of the best online talent, and leading those 32 snarling drivers would be that number 39 of Daniel Falkingham. He wins the race off pit road. You saw it on corner to corner after, the leader for the first quarter of this race, Justin Fuller, slid through his pit box. So for the first time tonight, Fuller going to be dealing with some dirty air after Falkingham gets out in front, but we'll see how long it takes him to get back around, or if he can on this restart. And you know as well as I do, John, clean air versus dirty air, no matter what car you're at, no matter what racetrack you're at, there's a difference, and you can feel it.
Absolutely. I'm kind of surprised that Falkingham didn't take that outside line on this restart, to be honest with you. That's something we'd seen in the past, especially here at Chicagoland this late in the race, that outside line being just a little bit quicker. But then again, he is the leader, so he can go whenever the hell he feels like it, So, he'll have that to his advantage there.
Absolutely. So we'll see when he takes off as we stack them up 2 by 2 by 2. It's Falkingham, Fuller, Daly, Howard, Macklin, Comstock, Hightower, Thompson, Jatina Hahn, top 10. Pace car heads to pit road, and we're set to get it back under green. Lap 27 of 110. You saw a little wiggle there on the start by a handful of drivers. We're back racing.
And look at that snarling pack of cars back there behind Falkingham. I love restarts, man. It's like you get like 5 wide coming across the line sometime.
Absolutely, and they're still jousting for position further back. And up front, here comes Macklin. Peeked the nose to the inside there for a brief moment, trying to maybe force his way to the inside of Falkingham. Not going to do it this time by, but that'll be a battle for the lead off of turn number 4, and then behind them, battle for third has Fuller, and the crash as the caution going to fly again, and it's a
big one.
Pile up off
Big
of
one,
turn
yeah.
number 4. Gillenwater gets a piece of it, and it looks like it all started with the 56 of Ian Hahn. Yeah, wow. That's a weird one, John Hahn. I don't know what happened there. It looks like he almost lost power coming off turn 4.
I'm thinking
in the middle of
maybe
3 and
he got
4
a
there.
black flag and was trying to get into the pits to serve it.
Oh, man, yeah, that's true. Wow. It's something you don't do in front of about 20 cars, though. My goodness.
No. But I'm not real sure what he would got in the black. There's no admin black flag, I can tell you that. But, I mean, like you said, either he lost power or he was trying to get into the pits for some reason. That's what it really looked like, though, because he was hard on the brakes right there. I mean, hard on the brakes.
Wow. That's wild. Takes out about 10, maybe 12 cars involved in that one.
Good
Caution
Lord.
number 2 here at Chicagoland, and it's the big one off turn number 4. My, oh, my.
I think we can lay Cadell's car to rest now.
Yeah, I think it finally may have bitten the dust. Now the front smashed in and the rear, and, well, the right side doesn't look too bad.
Right now, I'd like to see Harry Hog walk over and kick it. I didn't want to get spoiled.
Oh, man.
I love that movie. I know it's really, and when you stop and watch Days of Thunder now, you know, so many years later, I'm like, this movie's stupid, but it's still one of the best movies. So, man, it really is, you know. But I mean,
Days of
some
Thunder.
of the action that they do in that movie, some of the crap those guys get away with.
Yep, good old Days of Thunder, great movie, and if you haven't seen it, you're not a race fan. First
You
of all.
aren't. I mean, seriously, man.
And second of all, yeah, go see it.
I'll tell you, you know, while we got some time here under caution, I want to share a little story with you. Way back in 1995, I had just got out of the military.
Prior to my birth, by the way.
Yeah, thanks, appreciate that, Ben. But anyway, my wife was my first wife was stationed up at Fort Lee. We had to move up to Virginia, and I was in school, and I was also working part time as a security guard at Paramount's King's Domain or something like that. I can't remember what it was called.
Mhm.
King's Dominion. Thank you, Aaron, the producer. King's Dominion. And back then they had this Days of Thunder thing that you go down there and the seats moved, and you know it was all of the really awesome race scenes. And man, they had these cars static displayed down there. Jeff Gordon, Ernie Irvin's 4-car, the 42 car, the metal yellow car.
Mhm.
And my big butt trying to squeeze into one of them cars one night. I got stuck and had to call the supervisor. Anyway, we're about to go back to green. Let's get wrapped up and go back to green.
So that'll be a wrap on John Mushton's caution stories.
Yes, that's a wrap.
Let's just say we didn't get stuck on that one.
Oh, Ben.
Daniel Falkingham is going to lead us back to the green flag alongside Byron Daly. Then it's Justin Fuller and Ryan Howard. That's the first 2 rows. Pace car to pit road. Lap 31 of 110. Green flag back in the air. And how about that restart for Byron Daly? Great restart for the 06.
Absolutely great restart. Timed it just right. Now he's going to try and pull down the inside here. Oh, wow. And Falkingham said, no, sir. Denied.
Wow. That was close down in 1 and 2. And holy cow. Catch your breath for a moment while they're going straight, because right now they're back down into turns 3 and 4. It's Falkingham, Daly, and now Comstock Howard go side by side for that 4th spot. Comstock, and now another caution here at the Chicagoland Speedway. Randy Yoakum.
Yep.
Randy Yoakum and Glenn Campbell both involved in that one. So that puts us under caution.
I said that turn would be Calamity Quarter, but I meant, further along in the run.
Yeah. And then, wow. So that started over in 3 and actually ended up on the front straightaway. Dan Denayer gets a piece of it. Steve Herring, John Wilco, Mark Creighton.
It looks, unfortunately, it looks like maybe the 44 came down. Didn't realize the 8 was still there is what it looks like to me here.
That's what triggered it all down in 3. And then, like I said, they crashed through the whole corner and even onto the front stretch a little bit. Nonetheless, though, putting us under caution for the 3rd time. Perfect time for us to step away. Yet again, here on the Sim Racing Network, pay some more bills. We'll be back from Chicagoland Speedway. It's the Kickass Beef Jerky Sunday Series.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they use in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
My doctor calls me and says, Chris, I have the results of your scan. This is saying you have lung cancer. And that was probably the single most shocking thing anyone's ever told me in my life.
How can I have lung cancer? I'm 39. How can I have lung cancer? I do kick myself almost daily for ever starting smoking. I really do.
Quit your way. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Welcome back to Chicagoland Speedway, and just to give you an updated list of drivers who have pulled it behind the wall: Bobby Terrell, Cody Welch, Jeff Sharp, Jonathan Cadell, Dan Denayer, and Ian Hahn after this most recent incident. Mark Creighton, Brian Wertman, Brian Chambliss, couple laps down, or Creighton is 1, Wertman is 1, and Chambliss 2 laps down. Still 22 cars on the lead lap here at Chicagoland Speedway. We're working lap 36 of 110, about 1/3 of the way complete, and Daniel Falkingham leads us here after a couple of cautions early on in the run, though. It was all Justin Fuller. We had about a 25-lap green flag run, dominated, pulled out to about a 1.5 seconds, but since the restarts there, Johnny hasn't really been able to work his way back to the lead, and maybe just doesn't have that good of a short run car, or it may be that he's in dirty air for the first time tonight and doesn't really know how to maneuver his way to get himself into position to get back to the lead.
These cars are extremely sensitive to dirty air. I hate to say that. I know people keep getting tired of hearing me say that, but when these B cars get behind each other, it gets so freaking tight, Ben. I know you've experienced it yourself.
Oh, yeah,
so, yeah,
absolutely.
I think that's what he's dealing with. Is he's just, he's not used to being behind these guys. But here we go.
Pace car to pit road, green flag back in the air, and Fuller, one of those drivers sideways on the start there, has had a little bit of tire wear. We haven't pitted since about lap 26 or so, and albeit most of those laps under caution, but the tire's still a little bit slick when you're getting up through the gears. Battle for third, Comstock, Fuller, side by side, down into turn number 3. Comstock, we mentioned the dirty air. He was one of the first drivers to find that if you go to the top side off of turns 1 and 2, or through 1 and 2 rather, you get a good, clean sweep through that turn. No dirty air on the front of your car, and you can get a big run down the back straightaway. That's how he made his way up and into the second position prior to the first caution. He sits fourth right now, and I'll bet in the next couple laps or so he'll be trying to do the same maneuver to work his way up and into the lead.
I would have to agree with you on that one, Ben. I'm just kind of watching him right now. I'm surprised he's taking that low line right behind Fuller's car, because we know that, like you said, he made a lot of ground up by jumping up into the middle of the high line coming off at 2, and was really able to get some really good power runs. Is that word, power run, Ben?
Yeah, we'll go with that, power run.
Hell yeah. I made me another one.
It's kind of like
there
power
we go.
walk.
Look at Daly getting up there.
Daly trying the middle groove for the first time on this run. We'll see if it's any good for him down the back straightaway. Closing up a little bit on the 39 machine, but I tell you what, if you don't have Fuller out in clean air or Comstock out in clean air, this other driver here out in clean air right now, Daniel Falkingham, is one that's going to be hard to catch, hard to pass. And, one of the drivers right behind him, one of the most aggressive in the field, Byron Daly. We've seen it tonight already, 3 wide for Daly coming up through the field, trying to make it up and into the lead position. He's always there when it counts. He's looking for win number 6 so far on the season, hoping he gets it tonight here in the Windy City.
6 wins, man. That's unbelievable. That guy's he's got 5 wins on the season already, and doesn't have the points lead. That just blows my mind. Oh, look at this run he got, though, right here.
Yeah, good run through 3 and 4. We haven't really seen anybody take the middle through 3 and 4 tonight, and I think we found maybe a new fast line there as we're on board with the 0-6 as we race off of turn number 2 to the outside as Daly Falkingham racing hard on the inside, side by side. They go for the lead down into turn number 3. Great race up front.
Look at this move by Daly on the outside, right in that middle of the high line there. Gets a really good run coming up off of 4. He's going to take that lead away.
Daly's going to have it by the time they get down to 1 and 2. Going to slam the door on the 39. Falkingham has to fall back to second, and Daly goes back to the bottom in 1 and 2. Kind of surprised there, but you see one driver who is not at the bottom. That's that 42 who sits fourth, inching his way up closer and closer to that safer barrier in 1 and 2.
It looks like Macklin's kind of falling in his trail there. Macklin was right on his bumper there going through that turn. It's kind of hard to see both of them. I mean, back to back like that where I was watching from. I didn't realize Macklin was back there. Oh, look at this. Daly just got wicked loose coming off of 4.
So Daly gets up and close to the wall. Didn't tag it, but going to lose the lead to Falkingham. And now Fuller going to try and capitalize and get the second position away from the 0-6. They'll race for the runner-up spot down into turns number 3 and 4. Daly going to work that middle groove. Not going to work so well for him this time as Fuller going to slam the door on him off turn 4. Daly back to third.
His tires are giving up on him is what it looks like there, Ben.
Certainly, and we saw that on the first run, John. He rushed through the field, and then, everybody blew right back by him. So maybe Daly hasn't got the tire compound for tonight figured out really well here at the Chicagoland Speedway, and it's certainly hurting the driver that's looking for win number 6 tonight.
Because tires, Cole, tires is what wins a race.
Absolutely. It's looking like it's going to be a tire race. Is it Days of Thunder 9 or something?
Well, to be honest with you, yeah, it was on Prime today. I have to watch all my favorite scenes over and over.
There you go. So here comes Comstock looking at the inside of Daly now. That'll be for the third spot if he can get around that 0-6. But up front, it's Falkingham, Fuller. How about that battle for the lead? Is it starting to shape up? Fuller wants the lead back after Falkingham took it away from him on pit road. Falkingham hasn't passed him on track yet. So we'll see if Fuller can get back around that 39. He closes up to the bumper of him down into turn number 1. Fuller stalking Falkingham down into 1 and 2. Falkingham a little bit higher there. Fuller working the bottom side. Falkingham, Fuller now side by side for the lead here at Chicagoland.
I'll tell you what, Fuller was right. You can't get any closer to that back bumper than he was just now on Falkingham, and I think a lot of that was playing a little bit of mind games with Falkingham also, but look at that. It helped him get a bit of a pull there on Falkingham going down 3 and 4, and let's see if he can complete the pass right here.
That he did, but Falkingham going to fight hard on that outside line. Now he's got maybe the preferred line in 1 and 2, but Fuller going to try and maybe slide up in front of him off turn 2. He's going to get it. Wow, how about that? Close call there as Falkingham going to bump draft him down into turn number 3, but Fuller back out in clean air, back out in the lead here in Illinois.
I'll tell you what, Falkingham was a nice guy right there. He lifted a little bit there and let Fuller come up and complete that pass. I know some drivers that wouldn't have lifted. They don't care. They wouldn't have lifted at all.
Absolutely. So Fuller back to the lead. Falkingham back to second. Then it's Comstock and Daly still going at it for that third spot. Daly has it. Comstock wants it. Down the back stretch. That 42 looking pretty good as he's starting to work that high side now in 3 and 4. Middle groove, rather, in 3 and 4. Trying to gain some ground on that 06. Trying to put that Chevrolet Camaro in clean air versus the dirty air behind the 06 of Daly.
Dirty air, schmurdy air. There's no such thing. I think that there is. But, yeah, look at that move. Wow, Fuller just checked up big time. I don't know what happened there, but it looked like Falkingham almost ran him over.
Yeah, Falkingham's one of those drivers that, if he gets behind you, he likes to ride right there on your bumper, and it's,
nerve-wracking, yes.
Yeah, almost intimidating in a sense. You're kind of watching him, because you don't want to lift too early and have him run over you, but he knows exactly what he's doing, and he does it on purpose to try and make you make a mistake. So we'll keep an eye on that battle for the lead. It's far from over just yet, as actually it looks like third, fourth starting to reel these guys in, and even Macklin closing the gap. He's bringing Howard with him, so the top 5 may be tail to nose here over the next couple laps if they're not careful.
I'm just enjoying watching Daly and Comstock up there in that high groove every once in a while. Watch these two up here, especially coming down through 1 and 4. 1 and 4, yes, that was brilliant. 1 and 2 is what I meant. Yeah, watch right here, man, because they've both been taking the same line. Now they got a third car up there with them. Like a little train going.
Absolutely. Comstock a little bit higher than the two in front and behind him, but nonetheless, pretty much the same line down in 1 and 2, working really well for him. How about Comstock just sends it down into turns number 3 and 4. Not sure if it's going to work out well for him. He gets the good run off of turn 4, closes in on the 06. Can he make the move? But if he does, where does he go? Inside or outside for the 42? Not going to go inside. He had the chance to, but decides to stay to the outside down in 1 and 2, the preferred line.
Let's see what will he do here on the back stretch. Probably going to get right up on the bumper of Daly right there, just like that, and maybe just try that outside move again that we saw last lap on the high side. Yep, sure does. He's going to try and, well, no, maybe not. He curves it back down, and he's going to get a little run right here coming off of 4. And then head to the outside. Look at that.
Try and get a bumper on Daly, but just can't quite get it done.
Oh.
It's close there. It's so hard, though, John, when somebody's riding the outside in front of you, for you to get a run on them on the back straightaway like Comstock has been doing all night. So it's kind of spoiling his whole outside-inside move down the back stretch, and he's really, he's probably getting frustrated inside that car. He knows he's faster than Daly, but he just can't get around the 06.
And you're right. It's frustrating, and, lesser drivers would have probably just bumped him, just gone ahead and just tapped him a little bit, gotten him out of the way. But, Comstock tries as often as he can to drive clean. So, and we're not even halfway yet. We'll be halfway next time by, but it's a little early for all that kind of aggression anyway.
Absolutely. So we'll continue to watch this. It's making for a great battle here around the final podium position there, with Byron Daly holding on to it. Daly, though, closing in on Falkingham for the second spot. So we may have a battle for the runner-up spot here in the next lap or so. Working the halfway lap right now. It's Justin Fuller back out in front of this field. And, boy, if I've got to
look
give
at Comstock.
Yeah, Comstock up to the now down to the bottom, rather, of Daly, trying everything he can to get around that 06. I was going to say, though, looks like Fuller may be the driver to snag the most laps led award tonight.
Yeah, Comstock just got real loose going into 3 and 4 right there.
So maybe he's starting to use a little bit of his equipment up early in this run. Well, it's not really early in this run. We've been on this set of tires now for about 20 laps, albeit some of those were under caution, but still a lot of tire wear taking place on this run as Fuller continues to lead this battle for now second. Go ahead and throw that battle for second because Daly is all over the back bumper of Fockingham. That's a good race all throughout the top 5 here at the Chicagoland Speedway, and Rick Thompson and Jordan Hightower right behind those guys. Battle for 7th. These guys have been going at it for a couple laps side by side now as well, putting on a good show.
I tell you what, there's a lot of great racing really all up and down the field here. I'm looking back here at Jatina in the 13th spot. He's battling with Glenn Campbell and Dwayne Vincent in front of him. Oh, wow, Campbell slid all the way up the track. Ooh. I guess he was reaching out for a beer. Oh, Joey's in the wall.
Nope. Boy, it always seems to happen when we turn our attention to somebody on the racetrack. They start to bobble a little bit and add a little bit more excitement to the already exciting battle that they were having. So Dwayne Vincent kind of leads that battle. He sits 12th, and it's Campbell, Jatina, Simley, and Timms. They're 12th through 16th, and pretty close right here. Throw a blanket over all these guys as they battle for a spot just outside the top 10.
Did you happen to notice the sponsor on that 76 Mustang of Rick Thompson?
I did not.
Brew Through.
Nice.
I'm saying, I'm guessing he's from somewhere where that's not normal, but down here you can literally pull up to an establishment, and it's shaped like a normal building, but the drive-through goes to the middle of the building. You pull in, tell them what you want. Like you get a daiquiri, you can get whiskey, you can get beer, whatever you want, man. Got them all over the place over here. Yeah. Wow, that 22 just got wicked loose.
Yeah, he did. I was going to say they do it a little bit differently in Louisiana, but nonetheless, back to racing on track. Hightower has his hands full. He's being chased down by Chad Coleman there in the 9th position. Coleman, he's kind of floated right around this 9th, 10th position all race long. He's worked his way into the top 10 from the 16th position, but really hasn't been able to improve much since then. Let's go back to the front of the field where a good battle going on for that second spot. Daly, Fockingham, Comstock, all in a 3-car battle off turn number 4. Fockingham, Daly, close call there off turn 4.
And it looks like Comstock's going to try and capitalize off of the checkup there. Maybe pull up alongside of Fockingham, take that spot away from him. But yeah, Fockingham had to really lift off the gas right there to avoid running over Daly when Daly slid up in front of him there.
Now Comstock to the inside of Daly. Not able to slam the door on him, but nonetheless, though, great battle going on here as Fockingham's fallen to 4th. There in turns number 3 and 4. And he's loose again. He walks it up the racetrack, does that 39 machine. So Daly up to the runner-up spot. Fockingham to 3rd. I'm sorry, Comstock to 3rd. Fockingham back to 4th. Then Macklin and Howard round out that battle there. Great racing right here in this group.
Absolutely great racing. This is what happens when you have 25 lap-old tires on these guys. To me, this is the best part of the run when these tires start giving up and it's getting slick, and you really see the drivers that can handle that and the ones that can't. We were talking about retired cars earlier there, Ben. We started this race with 31 cars. We still have 22 cars in the lead lap, but the latest to drop out of this race would be Mark Crichton in that 80 car. Too much damage done one of the previous wrecks, so the field is dwindling.
Yeah, but a couple of big ones here on the Speedway. Started off with the one caution with either work Glenn Campbell. Then it kind of had a couple big ones there.
Yeah, we had that one really bad one coming out of 4, and then we had another one right after that to kind of thin the field out a little bit. But sometimes that's what it takes, Ben, to get some good quality racing, and that's what we've had now for almost 27 laps.
Absolutely, and we continue to have some racing about 10 laps past that halfway point here at Chicagoland. Great battle inside the top 5 here. We'll be back.
Well, bear with us, folks. We're going to get Ben some new cans and probably some new string for him there, and we'll get him back on the air real quick. But, you know, we got a thin field now, so we might get to see what Fuller was talking about at the top of the show here, where he wanted to see a long green flag race. And according to him, they can go all the way on 55 laps of tank of fuel there on 55 laps. So we'll see what it works out for. They last pitted, it looks like, on lap 36. So we'll look for them pitting again right around lap 91, 92, somewhere around there. Somewhere, we'll say lap 90, 95, we should see some green flag stops, get some guys in here, get some fuel. That's, you know, barring any cautions. Hopefully there won't be any knock on wood there. Fuller, in the meantime, is really enjoying watching these guys battle in his mirror, because as they're doing that, he's pulling away now. Got almost a 1 second lead over the rest of the field. Back there, we got Byron Daly in second, Comstock third, Macklin fourth, Falkingham still riding in fifth back there, but he's got his hands full right now with Ryan Howard and Hightower looking to take that spot away from him. So we're going to look at this for a little bit, because it's kind of boring up front where Fuller is just kind of checked out and is running his own show right now. And I'll tell you what, Falkingham's got his hands full with this car. Last few laps, he's been turning more right coming off the turns than he is left. And behind him in that Miller Lite Ford Mustang is Ryan Howard. And Ryan's just kind of biding his time here, just letting Falkingham burn them tires up. Because the more you slide those tires, the worse they're going to wear. Meantime, up front, still Byron Daly in second spot, and he's knocked about a 10th off. And from what I hear, the door has opened and closed. It looks like Ben's back from his hot dog break. How are those hot dogs there, Ben?
They're pretty good. Not as good as the Martinsville hot dogs, but Chicagoland or Chicago has pretty good dogs.
You know what they've got that's really good up there? Pizza. You know, that's no
Absolutely.
joke. I'm. If anybody knows me and has met me, you know that I am an expert on pizza. And some of the best pizza I've ever had in my life is in Chicago.
Absolutely. So nonetheless, though, while we talk food, David Comstock wants to talk money, and that's up at the front of the field trying to chase down the big check tonight. Is Comstock trying to get that win for the number 42 machine, but he's got to get past Byron Daly and Justin Fuller on the speedway, and that's going to be easier said than done. Fuller with 1 win this season, Byron Daly with 5, so that's 6 right there in front of Comstock. Comstock has 1 win, so that's 7 wins in the top 3. John, how about
Out
that?
of 14 races. I
Yeah.
mean, the top 3 have won half the races so far this season. Now, if anybody can pull these guys down, it's going to be Comstock. He's, like you said earlier, he's the king of long runs, making that car work. It seems to me his car gets better the longer they go, where most of these guys, like we just saw Daly right there with a big wiggle coming off of 4. So I love it. I love this part of the race, man. We've been on track now for 30 some odd laps on these tires, and these cars are like they're driving on snot.
Certainly. So 7 wins in the top 3, 10 wins of the 14 inside the top 5. How about that?
Did you see Comstock dirt tracking it off of 2 just now?
Tires are starting to wear that track temperature 116. They're starting to feel the effects. And don't look now, but Byron Daly is starting to close in on that 51 machine. So we kind of doubted Daly at the beginning of this run. He kind of, on the initial run, he ran up through the field, dropped back, and we thought he was doing the same on this run. Maybe he was just saving his stuff. Maybe he did learn from that first run, John. And now he is starting to close the door on that number 51. He's bringing Comstock with him. But boy, Daly is closing. He's closing in a hurry. You can visually see him close the gap now.
Yeah, he's closing almost a full 10th a lap right now, and that makes me wonder, though, is Fuller trying to stretch his gas mileage? Because he's the one that talked about that earlier. He wanted to try and, really get some miles out of that gas tank. But you're right. There goes another 10th right there off the board, and they're definitely catching Fuller pretty quick.
That they are. So we'll have a challenge for the lead in the next couple laps the way they're going now. Daly trying to reel down Justin Fuller. Byron Daly, you've heard us talk about it all night, but looking for win number 6. How about that if he could grab it in the 0-6 tonight? And, I'm not a guy for superstitions, but if he passed the 51, 5 plus 1 equals 6 too. So, and he's also being chased by David Comstock in the 42, which 4 and 2 also equals 6 as well. So, if 6 is the number we're looking for, the 0-6 might be looking pretty good tonight.
I had no idea you were a numerologist. None whatsoever. I'm in the car with Fuller right now, and he is definitely saving fuel. That's what he's trying to do right now.
So Fuller saving fuel. I don't think Daly has gotten the memo or isn't part of his strategy at all, because he has caught that 51 machine and he is on the bumper. We've got a challenge for the lead up front.
I mean, I could be wrong, but just watching his line, the way he's running and where he's getting off the gas, getting back on it, I think he's trying to save gas as long as he can.
While we were watching that, Brian Macklin has decided to come down pit road.
Really? A green flag pit stop.
So maybe that may spark the beginnings of a trend, because here comes Ryan Howard.
Very interesting.
So maybe
it's tire condition versus fuel mileage, it looks like.
Absolutely, and we've seen where short pitting has won many races here in Sim500 competition, and that's what Macklin and Howard and a couple of the other guys heading pit side have in mind.
Well, let's see what Comstock's going to do, because he's right there in third. He's not making any ground, but he's not losing any ground either.
Absolutely. So, if I'm going to follow somebody on track, I think it's going to be that 42.
Yeah,
but you never know. By the way, now the way they add up, Daniel Falkingham sits fourth. If you take 3 away from 9, that's also 6 as well.
Oh, Ben, I've missed you, buddy. I have.
And make it fun with numbers. Fuller coming down pit road, and Daly, I don't think he had any choice but to come with him sideways all the way to the commitment line.
Aaron, if you can pull up the replay of Comstock as well, he was loose trying to get in the pits right there.
I didn't hear Fuller come over the radio or say anything, and I think he was trying to get away with sneaking down pit road, and it just didn't work, because when Daly saw him slow down, boy, he jumped on the brakes, Comstock jumped on the brakes, and Falkingham almost destroyed the 42 off turn 4.
That was insane, man.
I love it. Mind games at their best.
Nuts. Yep, mind games at their best. You said it, buddy. I mean, some of these guys don't care. I mean, it's like, I'm going to try this trick and see what happens with it. If it works out, it does. If it don't, oh well.
Exactly.
But Comstock lost a lot of ground to those top 2 with that series of pit stops right there, because he was just, like I said, he was out of control getting into the pits.
That he did, and he'll have some ground to make up. Speaking of ground to make up, Justin Fuller's got a little bit of ground to make up to Brian Macklin, who is now going to cycle around with the lead. He cycles to 8th right now, currently 1 lap down. Out in front, it's Daniel Falkingham, still leading, still on track.
And when this does cycle around, it looks like Comstock may actually lose a couple of spots.
Yeah, that slide heading in kind of hurt him, and we'll keep an eye on that over the course of the next couple laps or so. Here comes Macklin to get his lap back from Falkingham. Falkingham right now may be playing that strategy of stay out as long as you can and hope for a late race caution.
Yeah, it's going to put 6 cars back on the lead lap right now. Fuller's the next one a lap down, and he is not too far behind Falkingham himself. Matter of fact, he should probably catch him and pass him in 3 and 4 here.
Absolutely. So Fuller trying to get his lap back the hard way.
It looks like Falkingham coming in.
Yeah, here comes Falkingham. So that'll surrender the lead to Chad Coleman. Now he pits. So E.J. O'Rourke going to get the lead in the 41 after being involved in the first caution of the night. He'll come, after starting 3rd, he'll come to the flag stand there and grab the lead.
Last time by, EJ's lap time was 33.9. Let's compare that to somebody like, say, Fuller. 32 flat.
Absolutely. So about 2 seconds, the fall off, and that's only in about 40 or so green flag laps. So still 30 to go right there for Brian Macklin, who will cycle around with the lead, but he is being chased down quickly.
Puts O'Rourke on the pit road there. So we're going to put, I guess, Leah?
Yeah, I mean Leah. And boy, I don't know about you, John, but I didn't think I'd see that car lead the race at any point of the night. That
Nah,
car
man. It's a
is
little mangled.
used up.
Yeah, it's got a couple of dents here and there, but he's
That-
not going to have that lead for long.
Yeah, not at all. Is Macklin closing in on him. Jonathan Lockhart is headed to pit road as well. So Leah, the only car left on the speedway that has yet to pit.
That thing is bent, man. And I mean, it's bent, you know? Oh, wow.
Close call there with Lockhart.
I don't know if he even realized how fast Lockhart was coming up on him right there, man. Like, he's only hitting, it looks like 172 coming across the line.
Yeah.
The rest of these guys are hitting 183, 184 coming across the line.
About 2.5 seconds slower, rather than the drivers
picture
behind
of
him.
Donnie just out there humming to himself, just driving along on a sunny
Just on a
Sunday
Sunday drive.
afternoon.
You know, if he pitted on the last caution, he could have stretched it. You know, if he was a little bit faster and that car was in a little bit better
He
shape.
may just be under power enough to where he's got the fuel to last for the rest of the race.
There you go. Could be. Nonetheless, I don't think he's got the speed to survive the rest of the race, as Justin Fuller has gotten by Brian Macklin. That would have been for the lead had everything cycled around. He's bringing Byron Daly with him there in that 0-6. So short pitting worked for Macklin briefly, but now it's back to Fuller being chased by Macklin, who is right there within Daly, who is right there within striking distance.
And they're catching Leah 2 seconds a lap here, so they'll both be fighting for a lead here pretty soon. I'm pretty sure that once they get by Donnie, he'll probably bring that old beat up Camry down pit road. But man, I tell you what, Fuller, he's hauling the mail, buddy.
Now, I don't want to bring up anything of the past, but let's go back to Dover earlier in this season with Donnie Leah and Justin Fuller.
I was wondering if you were going to bring that up, because here we go.
Well, if the time is now, we've got the front row seat for it. Let's hope it doesn't happen, but it's always up there.
Nope, look at that.
Leah's
going to
go ahead. Stand up to the outside and let him by.
Wow, I'm impressed. I am impressed. Maybe we should have pulled him up and whispered in his ear, "Hey, man, remember Dover?" Then put him back down there.
No late race drama yet.
Not yet, anyway.
We're about 4 laps away from crunch time here at the Chicagoland Speedway. A little bit of lap traffic for Fuller in front. That's Brian Workman, Steve Herring. Be gentlemen and get out of the way for the 51 machine. But Daly, he is running out of time here. 23 laps this time by at the flag stand if he's going to reel that 51 in.
Well, you know, we've got everybody can make it on fuel is what I'm trying to spurt out of my mouth here. So we know fuel's good. Tires, that we've seen them last about 20 laps per run before they start giving up anything, really. So this should be a pretty interesting fight towards the end of this thing. Because like you said, Fuller's got a pretty commanding lead there, a little bit over half a second over Daly, but it's all this lap traffic they're dealing with is the equalizer, I think, for Daly.
Absolutely, and all it takes is, 1 lap car to run in Fuller's line for 1-2 turns, and that's going to give Daly the opportunity to close in that he needs. Still 21 cars on the lead lap here at Chicagoland. Jonathan Lockhart will be the next car they catch to put a lap down. He's just now entering turn 1, so a little bit of distance between he and leader Justin Fuller at the flag stand that time by. Fuller not pulling out any, Daly not closing in any. It's about the same, but completely different lines here late in the run. Fuller down on the bottom, Daly in the middle, down in 1 and 2, down in 3 and 4. They both go to the bottom side of the racetrack, but it's really fun to watch the different groups here at the Chicagoland Speedway.
Oh, yeah. I love watching from the rear chase camera. You can look back and see, one car down here, one car up in the middle, and one car up by the wall. It's so much fun to watch.
Certainly is. Daly knocks off a half a tenth there on Justin Fuller. Looks to be closing in a little bit quicker now as he stalks that 51 machine. How about this race for the lead coming up in crunch time now with 20 to go at the Chicagoland Speedway.
20 to go, and like you said, it's crunch time, and it just seems to me, I know it doesn't bear out on the timesheets, but man, it looks to me like Daly's definitely catching Fuller. It just visually, it looks like that, you know?
Yeah, it certainly does. He catches him in certain parts of the turn, and Fuller's able to pull away, and it's a game of cat and mouse, really, as Ryan Howard trying to battle his way into the third spot. Oh, by the way, John, if you add 3 and 3 together on that 33 of Ryan Howard, that also equals 6. So Brian Macklin's really the only one throwing the whole 6 deal off with the numbers, but if you multiply 3 by 2...
You're the devil.
Yeah.
You're the devil. Sorry, folks, that was a little water boy reference there, but anyway.
It's movie night on the Sim Racing
It
Network.
is, man. We'll have some movie trivia along with a little race action for you. How's that sound, folks?
So Daly doing everything he can, chase down Justin Fuller. I don't know if he's going to have enough. We did see him, though.
He does, man.
At the end of that last run, closing up to the pit stops, we saw him close in a 10th a lap at one point. So, I mean, we're still 18 laps away from this thing. He's only 5/10 back.
True, but I think Fuller was just playing games, to be honest with you. This is, 3 wide back here behind them. My goodness. What's that for?
That would be for third.
Are those guys all in the same? Yeah, that's Comstock back there with Howard and Macklin. Wow, they were all 3 wide right there. Comstock looks like he's maybe tired of just hanging back. Maybe he's thinking it's time to go finally, huh?
Guess so. Remember, he had that bad pit stop just a couple laps ago,
too,
trying to rebound from that and get himself up and into a podium position. He's up to 4th now, past Ryan Howard in that 33 machine. Not completely past him just quite yet, but he's almost got the pass complete. Now he'll work on the 30 machine of Brian Macklin in that battle for third. So that's a 3-car battle for the third position.
In the meantime, up front, it's still half a second between Fuller and Daly. Like I said, I think Fuller was just playing mind games with everybody before that last pit stop.
Could be. Daly cuts it a half a tenth off that time. It's hard to tell with these guys. Sometimes they get caught like that, and other times, like you said, John, just playing with the competition.
And it's Fuller. I mean, come on, you know.
Yeah, he likes to make it exciting.
He loves to play, man. He really does.
Back for third, Comstock side by side with Macklin. He'll get that position there. Comstock up to third, and I really think he's out of the question here, but Byron Daly cuts a little bit more off of the 51 machine.
Well, you say that, but then watch, going through 1 and 2 right there, Fuller pulls back out ahead of him. It's like you said earlier, one guy is stronger in one part of the track and the other guy is stronger in the other part, and it kind of cancels each other out. And I could just feel Byron Daly's frustration back there in second when he starts to pull up close right here, coming off of 3 and 4. He gains so much room and so much ground, but then by the time he comes off of 2, he's back again,
Absolutely. Yep, that time
That's
by
enough to make you
Fuller.
want to start drinking right there, boy.
Fuller opens up the lead a little bit more, and I don't know, it may just be that outside line not working the best for Daly to try and run somebody down, but we'll find out. 3 cars in front of Fuller to put a lap down, first one being Chris Jabu in the 5 machine. We'll see how he plays at the end of this race. 13 to go for the 51.
I'll tell you that. I mean, it's every lap. He's down to about 3.4, 3.5 now, but then going through 1 and 2, Fuller just pulls back out. Gotta be so frustrating to be, behind the wheel of that car right now.
Yeah, it's certainly fun for us to watch, though. I mean, we really don't know what's going on behind the wheel or in the minds of these drivers. So, I mean, at a point, we're just wanting to be race fans here and just watch this thing out to the finish.
Hey, man,
12
you
to
be
go.
quiet. I'm trying to watch a race here.
Yeah, exactly. Down to .322 for Byron Daly, so almost down to 3/10
And he's
of a
not
second.
giving up on that high line through 1 and 2. I'm really impressed with that. I mean, he's making it work, just not work good enough. Whoa, Fuller got wicked loose right there off of 2. That's going to give Daly a lot of time to get up there and closer to him on 3 and 4 here.
Yep, maybe he's starting to see that 0-6 close in in the mirror there, and he's starting to feel the pressure. 11 laps to go here at Chicagoland, and we have got us a battle for the lead.
Daly makes up a lot of ground right there with that mistake off of 2 last time by Fuller. And this time he's going to stick to his guns here. He's going a little bit higher than he has last couple of laps there, Ben. Almost up to the wall through 1 and 2 right there. But look at that run he gets coming down the backstretch. He's going to get right up to the bumper of Fuller.
At what point does Justin Fuller step up to the high side to block that run from Daly? Fuller missed the entrance in 3 and 4. He couldn't get down to the bottom. And here comes Daly on the bumper. 10 laps to go from Chicagoland.
And we've got one hell of a fight right here for the lead. Look at this. You were asking the question, when's he go up? Oh, he slaps the wall with his right side there just a little bit. And believe it or not, I think that made Daly check up because he wasn't sure if Fuller was going to save it or not.
Wow, what a race. Down the back straightaway. Now Daly to the inside, trying to make the pass on Justin Fuller. Under 10 to go. Fuller going to put the pinch job on down in 3 and 4. It's going to get tight. They're side by side. Daly a little bit sideways. Fuller with the run off of turn 4. Drag a race to the line. Fuller leads that lap as it is last one of the race.
Man, I tell you what, lap 102 right here, folks. And behind these two watching this whole thing is Comstock. And Comstock's only hope for pulling out a victory tonight is to watch these two spin each other like they almost did right there. But look at that run that Fuller gets up off the high side, be able to inch forward just a little bit right there, Ben.
What a race these guys are putting on for us. Fuller almost across the nose of Daly. That time in 3 and 4, Daly gets a run off of turn 4. Fuller gonna lead this lap again. 8 to go at Chicagoland. What a show these guys are putting on.
Wow, I tell you what, Fuller's a lot stronger up on the high side than I thought he would be. Look at that. Or is it maybe that just Daly can't handle the low side that well?
It could maybe a combination of the both.
As they drag race down into 3 right here.
This is great. What a show. Daly going to slide up a little bit in the middle of 3 and 4. Off turn 4. Fuller almost got the wall. Daly pinching him up the racetrack. Fuller going to lead that lap again by 4,000ths of a second. 104 of 110.
Do to lead a lap here.
Now he's got him.
He's going to slide up in front of him right here. Oh, yeah, but I don't think Fuller's going to let this go.
Daly clears him. Now there's contact between the two. Daly slides up the racetrack. Fuller's on the apron in 3 and 4.
Oh, wow.
Now Fuller's sideways. That's going to seal the deal. 6 to go for the 6 machine. I'm telling you, that's 6.
It's all the numbers, people. It's all the numbers. He was destined to win this race. Oh,
here comes Fuller back to the inside, though, trying to get the lead back away from Byron Daly. 5 laps to go this time by. Daly looking for win number 6. Takes the lead with 6 laps to go. Driving the 0-6. Now just 5 laps to go at Chicagoland.
And he looks so much stronger on that high side than 1 and 2. I mean, his car really works well up there. He doesn't lose any ground at all to Fuller. Fuller's trying that high side, that low line right there, but he just, there's not enough tire left on that car, I don't think, to make that work. And Daly looks so good up there on the high line right there.
Fuller was able to close in a little bit that time on the bottom. He just can't get the run off of 2 that he needs to be up to the bumper in 3 and 4, but there is some lap traffic in front. That's John Wilco. Randy Yoakum's there. Wilco's going to get out of the way. Fuller is there with 4 laps to go.
Here we go. He's going to dive it down to the inside, 1 and 2. This time he's going to pull up ahead just a little bit, but back on the outside comes Daly with the preferred line on the open. Oh, but he's going to
get Daly got the wall! Daly tags the wall off turn 2, and Fuller back to the lead in 3 and 4.
Coming down through 3 and 4 on lap 107, coming to 108. That's going to give us about 3 laps to go to the end of this thing. And Daly got in the wall just a little bit, coming off of 2 folks, and gave up the lead back to Justin Fuller. But he's not out of this yet there, Ben.
Fuller got loose out of 4, was able to hold on to it, didn't lose too much ground. Now here comes Daly looking to the inside. 3 laps to go at the Chicagoland Speedway. Lap traffic just ahead. Fuller working the outside. Daly on the inside. Now there's contact between the two on the back straightaway. 2 laps to go, this time by at the flag stand. Now there's
Oh,
more
more
contact.
contact.
Daly sideways. Fuller, the bumper in 3 and 4. Off of turn 4, popsicle sticks at the flag stand. 2 laps to go in Chicago.
2 laps to go, and this is degenerating to bumper cars, it seems like, Ben. These guys are beating and banging each other off of turns right now. Going down.
Fuller sends it deep. Oh, man, I thought he was going to get him.
Daly was smart enough to dive down there and take the line away from him, coming back up off of 2 now. They got a lap car directly in front of them, and this might play into it, Ben, as we come down the back stretch, coming to 1 to go.
Catch your breath while you can. You may not get another moment. 2 white flag coming this time by. Fuller on the bumper. He may have gave it away there when he sent it in turn 4. Now he's in the wall. Byron Daly, white flag in the air for the 06 machine, looking to get win number 6 at Chicago.
All he has to do is keep a nice, smooth ride now. He's got plenty of distance between himself and Fuller. Doesn't need to make any mistakes with this lap car in front of him. Just get it done and get around here one more time. In the meantime, Fuller is not giving up, Ben. He's not giving. He's still driving the car madly.
That he is. Not going to be there, though. Off turn number 4, Byron Daly, after a battle for the ages, is going to win at Chicagoland, his 6th victory of the season.
Daly pulled off one hell of a win after that fight with Fuller. Comstock comes home 3rd, Falkingham 4th, and Macklin's your top 5. Wow, Ben, I need some water, buddy.
My goodness. I need some water, some oxygen, everything. Wow, what a show here at the Chicagoland Speedway. I tell you what, most mile and a halves don't put on the best show. Well, we'll go ahead and throw that out there. But every time we come to Chicago, man, it always happens here. This track is great for racing.
It is. It absolutely is, man. The surface, it gets tricky. It gets hot and slick. And, I mean, just the way the track is shaped, it's not your typical mile and a halfer. I love this place.
Byron Daly burning them down in the grass. You'll catch his burnout and celebrations on corner to corner while we take our time to get everybody caught up on the interview side of things, catch our breath as well. When we come back, we'll talk to now the 6th-time winner this season, Byron Daly, and the rest of the podium right after this.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they use in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
Welcome back to Chicago. I almost said Sixland Speedway, which is the theme of the night, number 6. It's everywhere we look. So
Everywhere
we're gonna,
you look.
that's all I see is 6. Wow, it sounds like a devil worshiper or something.
I
Anyways,
see. I'm just saying, man.
gonna send it down to Mr. John Musson, who has caught up with the driver who, by the way, started 6th, John. David.
And 4 + 2 is 6 and blah, blah, blah. Jesus.
What's
David,
he got to say
save me,
about
please, man.
2 + 2 is Jello, okay?
There you go. Well, man, what a race tonight. I know it didn't work out quite the way you were looking forward to. I mean, I know you always look for a win when you get out there, but early on in the race, you were one of the only people we saw really making that high line work, especially 1 and 2, getting a hell of a run coming off of 1. Coming off of 2 there, man. Talk to us about your race.
Yeah, just this is one of those tracks where you can definitely search around for the grip and everything. The tires wear off and fuel burns off, and then the balance changes and everything. So for sure, 1 and 2, you can always search around here, and it just depends on the weather and the setup and the car, what we're running here. You might be able to search through 3 and 4, and I was able to make it work for a little bit, and then once it kind of got rubbered up, there was certain points and times where it was quick, but it was only quick for a few laps, and you're kind of back down toward the bottom again. But pretty much just got to the top 5, top 3 or 2, and lingered there, and just I made mistakes on pit road. I kept sliding through my box. I had a garage opening about 2 stalls behind, or what would have been 2 stalls behind my pit box, and it kept messing my rhythm up because I'm used to counting the pit boxes going into my pit stall, and that opening I needed to start slowing down before it, and I kept slowing down after it. So it was messing my rhythm up, and so it's just the challenges of what we got, and I didn't make the right adjustments for myself to make sure I can get into my pit box cleanly. But regardless, we still wound up right about where I felt like we would have been at worst, 3rd place here with Byron getting the win and Fuller. They were brawling up there. I was hoping they'd brawl more and more to where I kept closing in. I gained a second on them when they were brawling for like the 10, 15 laps they were. So I was hoping that they keep doing it and maybe run into each other more and let me close in and maybe join the party.
Well, I'll tell you what, you saw from your windshield, those 2 were definitely duking it out. Back to your pit road issues. Have you ever tried sim racing apps?
No, I don't like so many things going on. I just like to just focus on what it is I got going on. I know that helps you kind of count you into your box. I don't have an issue seeing my pit board sign. It's just trying to find the rhythm typically of like, it's almost like a depth perception issue sometimes. Which
Yeah, I
is
got you.
the way you're coming in, and your seating position is different in every vehicle you run. I noticed that like the Cup car, you're kind of more back. The truck, you're kind of more forward, and the Xfinity is in between the 2 of those. So just trying to compensate all the time, and I haven't slid in my box in a while, so I was on a good track record until tonight, but I'll take it.
Oh, hey, great run tonight. You got anybody want to thank for your 3rd place? And here we go. Everybody sit down, take a breath. Here we go. Go ahead, Dave.
Take a deep breath here. All right, Aftermath Motorsports, everybody over there, their support. RacingBiz.com, as we know, go to Facebook. 7 p.m. Eastern. We running the auction this week, Monday and Thursday. Typically, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're running live auctions on Facebook. So 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night and Thursday this week. Go check it out on Facebook, RacingBiz.com. Gary Mercer Trucking, Monster Energy, JD Lair, JDR Graphics for Pat McCarr. You guys are broadcasting. Sim500, the admins, and Kickass Beef Jerky for sponsoring our series, and all the fans out there watching. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Dave. That was David Comstock, tonight's 3rd place runner there, Ben. Always entertaining to listen to him talk about his race because I learn things from him every time he comes in here and talks to us.
Absolutely. All these fast guys, great teachers, and you can learn a lot of stuff from them. We're going to find out from another fast guy what it's like to lead the most laps, duel for the last 10, and come up a little bit short as you've caught up with Justin Fuller.
Indeed, I have. Justin, buddy, what a run tonight, man. We thought you and Daly were going to wind up beating sheet metal off each other for a while there.
Yeah, it was a good race. I didn't do a very good job managing my rear tires after we had the green flag pit stop, and I just lost drive off. So he was able to reel me in pretty quickly there towards the end of that race, and made a mistake, and I got back by him, and thought maybe I'd have another chance at this, but I didn't have the drive off on the corner, so he ran me clean. It was a good hard race.
It was fun to watch up in the booth, man. So the drive off was your weak point tonight, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I didn't struggle with that all night until that final run. I was actually a little bit too tight on the long run previously, so I don't know what I did differently. I might have just drove a little harder, I guess, at the front half of the run. So it is what it is. I've won the last 2 truck races here at Sim500, and I've led a total of 3 laps between the 2 of them. So I've had a couple wins handed to me, and I wouldn't necessarily say I gave this one away, but we went from dominating to not winning. So I guess it's kind of karma for those 2 wins I got.
Well, that's Justin Fuller, folks. Justin, you got anybody you want to thank for your second place run tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank Sim500.com and all the admins here for all they do. It's a fun series, lots of clean racing. We had a couple cautions at the beginning, but we had some really good long green flag run at the end. I want to thank Kickass Beef Jerky for sponsoring this series. I want to thank Nemesis Labs with Sean Yoder for sponsoring me in this and the Cup Car. Finally got a good run for him again. Haven't been able to talk about him too much, and I want to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. And yeah, we'll I think we got a week off, and we'll come back at Daytona, I think.
Well, there you have it, folks. Justin Fuller, second place run after dominating most of the race. Just lost his drive off there towards the last part of it and wound up fighting with Daly for the lead and coming home second. Thanks a lot for your time, Justin.
Thanks. Have a good night.
And if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Kilcrease has run down our winner tonight, Byron Daly.
That I have. Here I am in victory lane. After running down 6 flights of stairs, Byron Daly picking up win number 6 in the 0-6. Average lap was 37.906. You took the lead with 6 to go. You won by 6 car lengths. Is there anywhere else we can throw the number 6 in? I think it was just meant to be tonight, Byron.
Well, I mean, I wish I had a few more of those in my bank account, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, it was a good race. Again, it was a little hard to really race the way I wanted to because it was a little tight out there, but it was fun. A good show. Yeah, just kind of cool to collect another win.
It was fun all race long to watch you guys battle it out inside the top 5. You started 12th and you made your way up into the top 5 and then kind of faded back on that first run. Did you realize you maybe used your stuff up a little bit too quick? Was that part of the plan? Because after the third caution, and once we went green all the way through the green flag pit stop, you certainly had it figured out from that point on.
Yeah, again, it's just the car gets really tight, especially in traffic, and if you're not careful, you'll just melt the right front off it. And I did that the first run, trying to make up some spots from qualifying so poorly. And after that, if you can't get to the lead on the starts, it's just play the long game and see what happens. So fortunately, it went green enough that the long game worked out, and things went really well. I don't want to say the plan because some of it was just working on the fly, but it just worked out that the run was long enough that I could take advantage of the tire I had left.
Absolutely. Well, you put on a heck of a show. We congratulate you on win number 6 tonight. We get to head to Daytona next after an off week, so it's anybody's game there, but I know you'll be looking for win number 7. Congrats tonight. Who do you want to thank for putting you here in victory lane at Chicago?
Again, just thanks to Sim500 putting the league on, you guys for broadcasting it. It'll be a fun one to go watch afterward. It was a good battle, so looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time, Byron. Look forward to seeing you next time and maybe win number 7 come next week.
Thank you.
There you have it. Byron Daly, winner tonight here at the Chicagoland Speedway. 6 was the number of the night, John. He led 7 laps, so that kind of threw off the whole 6 game. Yeah, I'm really disappointed about that. But hey, 6 bonus points were given out in the race. He got 1, so that kind of evens everything.
Oh Lord.
But
I love you, man.
What a race, though. I mean, they don't.
Fantastic.
We say that every week. We say they can't get better, and then they come out and do this, and they just get better and better.
I mean, it got off to a little bit of a rough start. Not really a rough start. I guess that little third of the way through, we just had a couple of bad cautions, just some driver error mistakes, but that's going to happen. But other than that, man, an outstanding race with these guys. And I've been saying this for a long time, Ben. The Sim500 guys, that the ones that have been here the longest, a great group of guys, and damn sure know what they're doing.
Absolutely, and I love calling these races. These guys put on the best racing in all of iRacing, and
You say that, but then you disappear on us for weeks at a time. What the hell?
that's out of my control.
I know, man. I'm messing with
But certainly glad to be back in the booth with you, John. Really enjoy calling races with you, and hopefully we can do the same over the next couple of weeks and get back into a rhythm here. And we appreciate everybody's support out there. We congratulate Byron Daly and all the rest of the podium there. Great run for a lot of good drivers tonight. Daniel Falkingham, championship leader, going to extend his lead. He comes into the night leading the points and leaves the night fourth here tonight at Chicagoland. Brian Macklin had a good run. Ryan Howard, Jordan Hightower, Tommy Ryan, Chad Coleman, E.J. O'Rourke round out the top 10. Just a great show from everybody. Great driving all throughout the field, and really looking forward to heading to Daytona, where anything is possible. So that one's definitely going to be circled on the calendar. That's going to be a fun one.
Absolutely. I tell you what, I was looking at the schedule earlier, and Daytona's coming. I wonder if we'll get Kligerman in here again. For those of you that don't get that one, go back and Google search Kligerman sim racing accident.
Yeah.
And we'll leave it at that.
It made it big time, that's for sure.
It did, that's right. I got up on NASCAR.com and everything.
So
yeah, that's what I was chuckling about earlier when I saw the Daytona was on the schedule. I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah. We'll see if we have any outsiders come in for that one or not, but Daytona's a great equalizer, and looking forward to that. That's on July 7th, so be sure to take next week off to enjoy Independence Day, July 4th, and we'll see you back in 2 weeks here on the Sim Racing Network, although John and I do believe Sean and Double A Ron bringing you the show tomorrow night from Sonoma in the Trans Service Cup Series.
I'm not entirely confirmed that I'm going to be available. I'm sorry to say that, Ben. This new job of mine's got me. I'm hoping to be here tomorrow night. I plan to be here tomorrow night, but if I'm still on the road, I can't help that.
Well, I can guarantee you'll have two guys that rhyme with on. In the booth.
It'll be the on night. Oh my God, that's horrible. I need to go to bed.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this
On
up.
that note, we'll wrap it up. For John Emotion and Grosskopf, I am Ben Kilcrease. We'll see you next time here. Thanks to Kickass Beef Jerky and Sim500. You've been watching the Sim Racing Network. We'll see you next time. Remember, when you're out there on the roads, to put that phone down. Good night from Chicago.